Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sorry about the crazy hair. I wore a hat to work today, so but I just came home. I got a package from West Marine, and kind of wanted to get started on some stuff. If you followed along in the last video, you saw that I started to break down where all the cables and all the wires were going. Ultimately, once I figured out where everything was and what everything did, I did end up just removing everything, and we're going to be completely rewiring the boat with new wire. So one of the other things that you may have seen in the other videos is both of the live well pickups. They have a plastic through hull that connects the pump directly to the through hull. Everybody that knows anything about boats will tell you, hey, it's probably not a good idea to rely on a piece of plastic to keep your boat from sinking or not. So I did go ahead and what I ordered from West Marine was some bronze through hulls and some bronze ball valves. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you need a Seacock, this, that, the other. There's going to be no weight drawing on this. It's literally, in the event that anything breaks, I want to be able to shut everything off that's below the water line. So I'm not too concerned with, the Seacock has can withstand a certain amount of lateral forces, and there's going to be nothing hanging on this, nothing on that. So I think this is going to be much safer than the current situation, which is this right here. And over here, we got this. So there's definitely a lot of silicone on there. It feels like regular silicone. So let's try to get it removed and at least dry fit some of the bronze fittings on here and see how it turns out. This is all pretty well dry rotted. This one's going to be the bear to get this out, because I do think it has a ton of that. I don't know if that's marine grade or not. To me, it almost feels like regular caulking, but it is slightly more elasticy. So I don't know what that means. That little scupper valve's going to have to get fixed too. All right, the boat is man, it's looking rough. Thankfully, I'm gonna be able to park it underneath the little lean-to I've got on the shed over there. That's gonna make things a little bit better for us. Jeez Louise, that's not gonna be easy to get out of there. Man, that does not want to come out. Good night. There you go. Oh man. All right, that's literally what they had going right through the hull. I do not like that this feels a little bit damp. I have to go down and take a look at the actual through hole. All right, good news. It appears to be composite. Looks like high density foam of some sort. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not Coosa or anything like that. Let's this is what it should have looked like. Obviously it'll have the the nut on the other side. I just wanted to get started on this. I'm not going to install these right now because I don't want to open up a tube of Sikaflex and then just do two things and then have to go back to it, and by the time we go back to use it again, the tube will have hardened on me. So I will just leave things like this for the time being. But it's gonna save us a significant amount of time when we are ready to install this. All right, so after fighting with this for a little bit, here you can see is the live well pump. I don't even know if this works, but that's how they had it. They literally just had it going straight through the hole like this. I don't, if this thing starts leaking or something like that, you got no way to stop it. So I don't know that it's too safe. I think with the bronze through hole and bronze ball valve is gonna be a much safer option. This is, substantially safer than how they had the boat set up before. Other interesting thing, while I've got to turn the motor to give us a little bit more space right here, I noticed that I was having, the steering was a little bit loose again, and I don't think that there's air in the lines. What I think is, I think there might actually be one of the lines might be bad. So it's going to be something we have to look at here in a little bit. Maybe go to a hydraulic shop or somewhere they can pressure test the lines for me. This one has a little bit more silicone, so I'm hopeful. Yeah, it comes right off. All right. This other through hull's plastic too. I don't know where that goes. I really can't believe FWC would rig this boat like this. I know they're probably not even using the live wells, but you know, still. All right, let me get you guys, see if I can get you set up on the inside so you can kind of see why this is such a pain in the butt and why it's so difficult to do. I understand I'm a larger individual, but it's just extremely tight. I think anybody would have a difficult time with this. So. Trying to rotate it to break up some of that silicone on there. Might just have to risk breaking it here. Great. Wowzers. That's not good. Oh man. Yeah. Well, that's what the inside of the pump looked like, so we can guarantee this one's bad. All right, interestingly enough, that one was actually, that one does not feel wet to the touch like the other side did. All right. Let's, I'm gonna get both of them set up, kind of dry fit them so we get an idea if we're gonna have the clearance or what we're gonna do. I did order the XLs, which are a little bit longer. They're 5.5 inches long versus 2 or 3 inches. I figured if I need to cut them, I can cut them. If I need longer, there's nothing I can do. I don't have a West Marine here where I'm at, so my only option is order and, you know, or wait. So I figured order the long one. If I need more clearance, if I need to cut them, I can always cut them down. I can't add material to them. So let me get both of these dry fit and we'll kind of show you guys what we're looking like. All right, so we got them both dry fitted, both sides. Let's open this hatch and see if we can get a look at. You can kind of see a little bit better there. Now we'll have full access to be able to open and close them as we see fit. I'm definitely happy I got the XL versions that are a little bit longer. That way I can, you know, it's not so pressed up against the transom. So we got that done. Now we'll be able to, I got one more through hull down there that's plastic. I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna order a replacement for that too. I don't want anything plastic below the water line. So maybe I'm being paranoid, but this is this is unacceptable. I mean, this is so old and brittle. The other pump looks decent, but this one, all right, so I do have, maybe be able to get some help from you guys. There's one more through hull that I need to replace, and it is for the live well. So it actually sat right over here. Not sure how well you can see that, but here's the actual fitting. It's bronze. It's definitely a high-speed pickup to recirculate. The valve right here, the 1/4-inch ball valve, that looks like it may have been brass, but the valve to open it and close it disintegrated. So I did order another 1/4-inch ball valve. I'm hoping I'll be able to make that fit. I don't think I'm going to be using this. I guess it's just a high speed to auto recirculate for the live well. It's one of those things where I don't want to have to patch the hole in the hole. So to me, it's just easier to get this back up and working. I don't even know what this is called. I've actually searched the internet, called a couple of shops. Nobody seems to know what these are called. I even emailed K2 Marine and asked them, but they have not gotten back to me. So we'll see. So just to keep you guys in the loop, I was finishing up my other little project boat. I'm about 95% done with that thing. It's sitting right over there. And I actually took it out Saturday for a couple hours. We've got a lake nearby, so boat ran well. Everything was good with it, but when I started that project, I didn't know I was going to come across this boat, so I did list that one on Marketplace. I've got a lot of time, money, and effort into it. More so just the actual physical labor. So I'm not just going to give it away. If anything, it'll just sit in the yard, or I'll take it to a buddy's house that's closer near the coast and just use it as a beater down there. Next project for this boat is I've got to clean up the yard. I've got ADD and everything's a disaster, but I do have disregard the disaster mess back here, but the lean-to area is big enough for this boat to fit under. So I am going to move it in there and get everything organized eventually. I've got everything that I need at this point to completely rewire the boat. I got a new switch panel from New Wire Marine. I got everything. I am going to have to do some fiberglass work to the console, as you can see. I've got to make some repairs. I think I'm just going to make a custom mold that's going to inlay where the previous cables were. Maybe, I don't know. Might be a lot of work for what I'd get out of it. This is never going to be a show boat. It's going to be a go out and fish boat. So as long as it's safe and reliable, it's never going to be perfect. So I just want safety and reliability, which is why I'm changing these through holes. So I don't want any of the fires from potential bad wiring, anything like that. So I know it's a pain in the butt to do, and summer is rapidly approaching, and I want to be able to get out on the water. So hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll get all this done. So stay tuned. Also, if you guys know what these things are called, or where I can get a replacement instead of asking a buddy with a lathe to fab me up a new one, that'd be great. Appreciate it.